MPs in the last 5 years, I can tell you, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, that we have delivered on everything that we promised in our past manifesto. You can look it up, and in the town council plan that we have put together. I will not go into detail because we shared our town council plans, past, present and future just recently, and many residents have seen this. But we have upgraded almost every block in Ang Mo Kio, whether it's a main upgrading program or the neighborhood renewal program or the interim upgrading program that was done previously. Prime Minister in 2001 promised all residents of Ang Mo Kio that every eligible block in Ang Mo Kio will have the lift upgrading program done. And I'm glad to say that we have either completed or undergoing upgrading, lift upgrading for every single block that is eligible in Ang Mo Kio. We delivered on our promise. We have also made a lot of improvements, like sheltered walkways, barrier-free accessibility for older residents, for those who are disabled, playgrounds, 3G center which we launched recently to serve mainly our senior citizens and also for families, and many other work that we have done. It cost us in Ang Mo Kio $642 million in the last 5 years to do all of these projects. That's a lot of money. Now, not only money or quantitative, but also in the qualitative area. You have seen 2 reports by the Ministry of National Development on the performance of town councils. Ang Mo Kio Town Council came up top for both of the reports. In cleanliness, in maintenance, in many other areas. And you must know that in 5 years after we came into Parliament, the Ang Mo Kio MPs did not increase the SNC charges for 5 years, although our costs went up very high. Despite all of this, we managed to be the best town council in Singapore. And the 2 opposition town councils are the last 2. So please be careful when you think about voting an opposition. Can they do the type of job that the PAP MPs have been able to do? Now, looking into the future, we shared this plan with our residents too. We will do many things, including some of the things that my colleagues mentioned just now, like the ITE, a sports hub in Jalan Kayu. We will do the housing improvement program that will improve the internal parts of the house. Many of our blocks are old, need the pipes and wires and the windows and the toilets to be changed. All of these are in the pipeline and will be coming soon. And also we are upgrading Bishan Park. In a few months, you will have a new river in Singapore, the newest river running along Bishan Park. That is something that our residents in Ang Mo Kio will be enjoying. And do you know how much this is going to cost? It's going to cost $1.2 billion in the next 5 years. Double of what we spent in the last 5 years. So, the Ang Mo Kio team is committed to make Ang Mo Kio even better for all of our residents. Now, there are many other things that we do behind the scene and not only in Parliament. And I'd like to share a couple of these things that we have done. And one of it is what Mr. Singh, in fact, all my colleagues shared about some of the stories about what they did to help our residents. Let me just share a few. Do you know, I'm sure you know, when the lift upgrading program was done last couple of years, HDB stopped offering the the floor indicator. It was only an up and a down arrow. Many residents were upset because waiting at the floor, you don't know where the lift is. At every floor, we would like to see where the lift is, which floor. HDB stopped offering that. When it came to Ang Mo Kio, and when I chaired the first committee meeting for the upgrading of one of my precincts, I asked this question: are all my lifts going to have a floor indicator? And the HDB officers told me no, not for any blocks in Singapore. And I told the HDB officer, in that case, I'm the chairman of Ang Mo Kio Yio Chu Kang Town Council. I told her, in that case, Ang Mo Kio will stop all upgrading programs unless you give us a number indicator on every floor. And when I brought this up to HDB, the first answer was, sorry, it cannot be done. And I did not take no for an answer. I sought our Prime Minister's help, went to the Minister for National Development. It took HDB 2 months to study, and in 2 months, on Christmas Eve, 2 years ago, they came back and told me, yes, it can be done. And they will do it. HDB will pay for it. Not only for Ang Mo Kio, the whole of Singapore. had the number indicators on their lift. These are the type of work that we do behind the scenes, not just in Parliament, that the Workers' Party or any other opposition do not talk about. They just talk about debating in Parliament is just one part of it. When we had floods in July last year, one of my townhouses, Mayview Townhouse along Amukyo Avenue 3, was all of a sudden, after 30 years, flooded. The flood water went into their house. And because we are not used to floods, some of them came down from their top floor and one of them fell. Piano became useless, furniture became useless, flooded. It was a serious problem. The residents wrote to PUB, asked for help. They could not find a suitable solution. And then the secretary of the management committee emailed to me. I was overseas. What I did when I found out was I came back quickly. At 10 o'clock at night, I went to see the situation on the ground. Next day, I called the PUB, the residents, and PUB finally agreed to do something when they did not first agree to the residents. And you know what they did? Two things. First, we built a swimming pool along Amukyo Avenue 3. If you drive along Amukyo Avenue 3, you will see a barricaded area. It's a big swimming pool. What is this pool for? To hold the water temporarily if it rains very fast. And when it happens, the water will not go into the drain and flood. We actually also give every household sandbags to put in front of the houses. And the second thing we did was PUB finally decided to upgrade all the drains in Amukyo so that this flood will not come. And I hope they are correct, but they're going to start the work in September. So this also requires a lot of effort in the background, not just in Parliament. So I just want to say that PAP MPs are working very hard for our residents to solve their problems so that they can have a much more comfortable life. This is the work that we've been quietly doing, working very hard, and I hope that our residents will support us again so that we can continue to do this for you to make our home in Amukyo a much better one. So when you vote on 7th of May, please think who can best represent you and who can best help solve the problems in Amukyo. Can the Reform Party do it for you? Do you know, in 2 days, we haven't seen their posters anywhere. If they can't even do this in the beginning, will they be able to solve your problems? So please think carefully, and I hope that you will support us, support the team, the PAP team in Amukyo, so that we will continue to serve you and make Amukyo an even better place. So let's secure Amukyo's future together. Let's secure Singapore's future together. Singh PAP or PAP IPIA. Singh PAP IPIA.
Singh PAP IPIA.
Undila PAP.
Undila PAP.
Vote for PAP. Thank you.
Vote for PAP. Thank you, Mr. Inderjit Singh. Mr. Singh. These are the pamper reps.